Hello, everyone. I'm Deacon Charles Francis. I'm deacon here at Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church in North Charleston, South Carolina. And today we're with Deacon David Cakeley, who's also a deacon at Mount Moriah. And not only that, but he's a devoted political activist, not only at Mount Moriah, but in the community. And today he's going to talk to us about the difference between the popular vote and the Electoral College when it comes to the presidential election. So, David, welcome, and thanks for being with us today. And let's get started about the differences between them both.
Well, first of all, before we get started, I want you to know that Mount Moriah is a nonpartisan institution, and if we suggest otherwise, it's just an accident. It was not intentional.
Very good. Very good.
Your question is the difference between the popular vote and the electoral vote.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the popular vote is direct democracy. One vote, one person. And at the end of the evening, the person who received the most vote also achieved that particular office.
Mm-hmm.
And that's being used for governors, senators, House of Representatives, even mayors. But when you get to the electoral vote from the Electoral College, it's a totally different thing.
Mm-hmm.
The electoral vote is exclusively used when you elect a president. This was something that was started by the Constitution in 1787.
Mm-hmm.
And it was designed because they don't want some of the states to have more power than others because of their size and population. The electoral vote is, you might think of the term, you said electoral college, you might think in terms of it as college as an institution,
right,
a place of higher learning.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Electoral College, it's composed of a group of professional individuals with the same goals, aspirations,
right,
and desire, which is to elect a president.
Mm-hmm. So how would I become part of the Electoral College?
Well, normally it's conducted at that particular party's convention when they have their convention on an annual basis, and your name might appear on the ballot, or you can be selected from this state house that you represent, or you can be a donor to that particular party. Then you become an electoral college member.
Mm-hmm. So the state of South Carolina has how many electoral votes?
The state of South Carolina has a grand total of 9 electoral votes. And how you get to the 9 is that it's determined according to your population of that particular state. In South Carolina, we have 7 House of Representative members, which also is the same amount of electoral vote. But for each House of Representative members, which is 7, you receive 2 extra because of the senators that you have. And that brings a total of 9 for South Carolina.
Okay, so when the vote is taken and say the state goes towards the Democratic candidate, so all the 9 delegates would be Democrats.
Exactly, it's winner takes all. They total up who received the most vote,
right,
and who received the highest total received that particular vote, whether it be Republican or Democrat, and you get the grand total of 9 from South Carolina.
Right. Any rogue delegates?
Once in a while, you might get a rogue individual that will not vote for that particular candidate, but this is highly unusual because the Electoral College are composed of party loyalties,
right,
and they're really staunch supporters of that particular party, and normally they will follow the tradition as they have followed for years and years.
Okay, so explain to us what happened in like 2016 and 2020.
In 2016, when Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump ran for president, Donald Trump received the greater total of the electoral vote, whereas Hillary Clinton received the popular vote. So, as stated earlier, you need the Electoral College vote in order to be the president, and Donald Trump received the most vote, and he became president.
So, and what was that number of electoral votes that he needed?
He needed a grand total of 270 electoral vote. And if you were to think about the whole thing, there are 536 electoral votes
Right.
up for grab. And if you were to do the math, 270 is just a little over half the amount needed to be president of the United States.
In what happened in 2000?
The year 2000, that's when Al Gore and George Bush became president. Al Gore, again, won the popular vote, and George Bush received electoral votes,
Right.
but there was a problem with Florida in making the total. So the Supreme Court got involved, and they determined that George Bush was the winner, and he became the president of the United States.
So for me and the audience, some of the audience members, give us some ideas, for example, like California, Texas, New Hampshire, Vermont, the number of delegates they would have.
Right. The great state of California gets a grand total of 55 electoral votes. That's 53 from the House of Representatives and plus 2 for each senators that they have, give them a grand total of 55. Other small states like North Dakota, South Dakota, Vermont, Wyoming, they get a total of 1 electoral vote, and they get 2 more for each senator that they have, and give them a total of 3. Also, Washington, D.C. gets a total of 3 electoral votes also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In addition, states like Florida, they get a total of 29, or Pennsylvania, a total of 20. Texas gets a total of 38 electoral votes. So you can see the more people that you have, the more electoral votes that you have as well.
Okay. So on election night, when someone sees that their candidate's not doing as well as they think they should, they shouldn't panic.
No. For example, I was going to say that if it comes around 10, 11 o'clock, and perhaps Mrs. Harris, if she happens to be behind, don't panic, because the state of California, Oregon, and Washington, they have about almost 75 electoral votes waiting for her per tradition. Normally, those 3 states traditionally vote Democrat at each presidential election.
So, I say inform us, but share with us in South Carolina where you can go for information reference to if you're still active on the voting list or whatever.
Right. We are encouraging all voters to go to scvote.gov to make sure that their registration is still active. Sometimes these states might have a way of purging the electorate, and we want to make sure that yours is still active. So we encourage everyone to go on scvote.org to make sure that yours is still active. You can find out where your polling place is and other information that you might be interested in by going to that website.
Oh, very good. And when someone goes in to vote, what should they carry with them?
Always have your voter ID card. Sometimes, I should say your driver's license. Some of them, you have your voter ID card as well, which is good, but the primary thing that they look for is your driver's license. So always have that with you, and that should get you a ticket to vote every time.
So as long as you have your driver's license.
Yes, that's the primary thing.
Should be good.
But your voter's ID is good to have as well. But the primary thing, as I stated before, is your South Carolina driver's license. Should be active, at that point as well.
Very good. Anything else you'd like to share with us?
Yes, I also wanted to say that your particular county is still looking for poll workers. So if you're interested in that, again, go to scvote.org and follow the prompts so you can be a poll worker. It's a nice salary.
Very good.
It's a long day. Also, they are giving out free lunches. So if you're interested in that type of thing, come by and work. It's a worthwhile,
It is.
to do that type of job. You get to see your neighbors, your friends, and it's a good thing. So they're still looking for workers, poll workers at this particular time.
Very good. If you don't have anything else to add, I'd like to say that the information given is invaluable. It's very important. This is an important election. We're not trying to tell you who to vote for, but it's a very important election, and you should get out to vote. Doesn't matter if it's the president, if it's if you're mayor, city council, town council. Whenever you have an opportunity to vote, exercise your right to vote.
Exactly, and as you know, our church is very active in voter registration, and September the 17th is National Voter Registration Day. We'll be having voter registration at the information desk on the 15th and the 22nd of September. So if you're not registered to vote, please come out and get this done.
Very
be
important.
a good citizen. We'll handle it for you. It takes no more than 3 minutes to get it done. So come by again on the 15th and the 22nd of September. Fill out a voter registration card, and we'll do the rest for you from there.
Very good. Not being patronizing here, but our ancestors suffered and died, so we'd have the right to vote. So please vote. And thank you, David, for the information today. It's been fantastic. And thank you, Mount Moriah. Take care.
Keakley out.